Hello, everybody. Today is the day 19 of my 30-day video challenge, and today I want to talk about juggling. A little bit of background. I love circus arts, in particular juggling, tightrope walking, slacklining, handstands, and things of that sort. Today, in particular, I want to talk about juggling, how to get started, and why should you care? The first legitimate question you can ask is why juggling? There are few reasons that juggling is a great sport. First is that it is a great way to develop a sense of balance, and it forces your mind to think quickly. It makes you smarter too, as measured by a study in Nature journal in January of 2004. I have not looked at the study, I just read it offhanded, but I can attest to that it makes you smart. As a second reason to learn juggling is that juggling is also a great way to focus on something very specific and get quick feedback when you're not focused. As soon as your focus shifts away from the balls that you're juggling or whatever objects you're juggling, they tend to drop and you get a quick feedback that you were not focused. Now, how many balls you need to juggle in order to get to that focus state, it keeps going up. You need more and more balls to juggle, but that's the idea. And it also improves your coordination skills as you're juggling. And the third reason is that it's actually a good exercise for your mostly your hands, for your core, if you have a good posture, and it is a truly a portable sport. What do you need to juggle? You actually don't need anything. You can pick 3 objects or whatever number of objects and you can juggle. So let me show you, if you don't happen to have a few balls handy, what can you juggle? I just looked around the house and I was able to find just 3 random objects. I found a clock or alarm. I found the black pepper grinder, and I found a cup measure. And if you don't happen to have the 3 balls handy, you can just juggle these 3 objects like so, like that. I happen to drop them once in a while, but that's the idea. The next question you can ask yourself is, can you juggle? Like, do you have the skills and temperament to juggle? And the only question to ask there is if you want to. If you want to, you can. Irrespective of your current coordination abilities, you can juggle. It's a matter of practice. It really is. I've been juggling for many years, for over 10 years now, sometimes more, sometimes less. But the more I practice, the better I've gotten. And what you need to be able to juggle is really any 3 objects or any 2, 3, 4, whatever number of objects you want to juggle. But having a few bean balls, the juggling balls, is really helpful if you're learning. Any other 3 balls like tennis balls or golf balls, the smaller balls would work. Bean balls would work, but the size of something that fits in your hand, you can hold in your hand easily, is nice. Not too big and not too small like golf ball. Something that you can hold easily. Now I want to show you how to get started with juggling. So the first step you want to do is to juggle 1 ball with 1 hand. Okay, so what you want to do is you hold the ball and you throw it up and down. Idea is you're not moving the right hand in this case, left, right, forward, backward. You're just throwing up and just holding the ball. You're not doing like this. You're not doing like this. You're not moving at all. It's just practice. You're not focusing on the ball either. You're just focusing somewhere in front of you, and the ball is just in the periphery vision. Again, that's the ideal. In the beginning, you will probably focus on the ball. That's okay, but that's where you want to get. Then with the left hand, so my left hand is not as coordinated, you can see. It's moving a little bit to the front like that. Like it was moving to the front like that. You don't want to do that. It just should be the next step is to juggle one ball in two hands. One ball and using both the hands. How does that work? So you are holding the ball in your dominant hand and you throw to the other hand. Again, you can notice that the hands are not moving so much. I'm not doing like this. I'm not doing like this. It's just your hands are relaxed, you throw, and the ball lands in the other hand. Not too high, something like at the top, the ball is somewhere near the eye level. That takes a lot of practice, so that's the next step though. Now, the next step is to juggle two balls in one hand. So you have two balls, you're holding them like that, and you are throwing. Earlier you were throwing the ball up and down. This time you're throwing from inside to outside. Throw inside, catch outside. Throw inside, catch outside. Throw inside, catch outside. That's the next step. Again, that will take a lot of practice. You can practice the same with your other hand, like so. Again, my left hand is not as coordinated, you can see, but you're throwing from inside and throwing to the outside. If you tend to throw just from up and down, the ball tends to collapse and hit each other. So to avoid that, you throw from inside to the outside. The next step in juggling is to juggle two balls with two hands. It sounds a little bit counterintuitive that two balls with two hands comes later than two balls with one hand, but I find it more difficult than two balls in one hand. So what you want to do, the two balls in one hand, is that you throw the right hand ball from center. You bring the right hand to center and throw out. Throw out, and the left hand will catch it. I'm catching with the right hand right now, but throw like that. Throw from the center to the out, center to left. And same thing, the left hand will throw from the center to right, center to right. And then you do it one after another. So right, left, right, left, right, left. First, you throw with the right hand. Again, you always throw from the center. Right, left. Right, left, right, left, right, also want to try the other way. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. That's the two balls with two hands. Now, the thing to keep in mind for all the juggling is that the balls are they're not going away from you, they're not coming close to you, they are in a plane right in front of you, right in this plane. It's called a coronal plane in biological terms, that the plane that is right in front of you, right? So the distance of the ball from the front of the body remains constant. So you're doing this instead of this. The balls are in this plane all the time. The next step is to add a third ball in your juggling. You have two balls in your right hand, an extra ball, and the one ball in your left hand. Just as you are doing with the two balls in two hands, you throw from the right hand towards your left and from left hand towards your right. You throw from right hand towards left, left hand towards right, and just before the ball comes to your right hand, the right hand already has a ball, you throw that also. And that's how you start the practice. Again, the idea is to hold two balls in right hand, throw right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Now you can slow down this video. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And notice the motion, but that's the general idea. Again, you wanna keep the balls in a plane right in front of you, not move back and forth, front and backwards, but rather keep the balls in this plane. And most of all, remain relaxed, which is a lot harder to do in the beginning. Honestly, it is a matter of just a lot of practice. If you do a lot of practice, it's not difficult. You can do a lot of patterns in juggling once you get the basic pattern. For example, I was just doing from in to out, but you can also do something like a cascade. You can do outside in pattern. You can do a lot of different patterns. Then, of course, you can juggle with more balls, like 4 balls, 5 balls, and I can do juggling with 4. I can do flash with 5, maybe just a few times, but that's where my skill level ends. That is all I have for today. I hope you get something out of this. I hope you get to try juggling a little bit and put some time in it. It's really, if you want to learn, you can learn. It is a matter of practice. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you later.